All right. Hey, y'all. This is High Priestess Jamila. Another thing that I was guided to come and speak to you guys about, what my spirit team is noticing that some people are doing, and this is serious, guys. This is serious, okay? Apparently, there are some people that are out there and they are going to one practitioner for their dirty work and then another practitioner for their light work or their cleansing work or like their good work. So you go to one. So what I'm saying is that you go to one practitioner to do bad things on your behalf, and then you go to another practitioner to do good things for you. My spirit guides want to highly discourage from doing this. Please do not do this. Listen, if that's what you want to do and that's what your mind is gearing you towards, don't come and see me. Okay. I don't want clients like that. I'm saying that right now. Let me tell you the problem with that. Many of you guys give over your trust completely to the wrong people. And I have actually seen this happen. It hasn't happened to anybody in my family, but I have seen it happen to people. I've seen people come on YouTube, people that I thought were very smart. People will come into social media. They will meet somebody in social media. They will be angry about something. They will give all of their information. I mean, even their driver's licenses, birth certificates, photographs, names of people that they know in their family to hire them for dirty work. Okay. Now, as far as a practitioner that solely practices dark magic, I don't have anything against those practitioners, but I do have my certain opinions of them. Okay. If you are doing certain things for purposes of justice, then I can understand it because there are a lot of things that people do, even just mundanely, that is so horrific that people need healing, people need justice. And then also, when people do certain things to you, when people take actions against you, you end up being burdened with that energy. And to me, that's not right. Okay. To me, that's not right. Now, I don't agree with practitioners who uh, do work on people or do dark magic on people that left abusers or left relationships. Even if they didn't leave an abuser, if somebody just left a person and they decide that they want to get angry about it and try to go see a practitioner to try to do harm to them. And there are practitioners out there that will attack those people. And I don't believe those people are like I feel like those people are going to have a significant amount of debt to pay karmically. You can say you don't believe in karma, but you are on planet Earth and you are not outside of the rules of that have been established on this planet and in this universe. Maybe if you go off to another universe or another galaxy, maybe you can get away with that. Typically, people that don't believe in karma for the awful things that they do, those are the people that I don't trust. And the reason why I don't trust those people is because those are the people that will attempt to scapegoat on other people. And this is something that is done within the context of religion. And I do not believe in that. I believe that a lot of people that are doing that are going to get in trouble for that in this life while they're alive. Okay. However, I don't have anything against people that specialize in doing curses on people because I do believe that there are some people that deserve to be cursed. I do believe in that. Okay. But I also believe in the fact that people that don't deserve to be cursed can be caught in the crossfire. Okay. Some of you guys will go to practitioners. You'll have two practitioners. One of them you'll go to this incredibly diabolical person that you'll be going to that has a lot of bad energy on them that you can't even trust. Many, many people have been hurt and harmed for doing that. That person that led you to that practitioner to get dirty work done, they may have been wrong as hell, right? They may have been wrong as hell for what they did. They may have done something to you that was like, why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? So I get and understand why you would want to do that. However, you shouldn't go to two different practitioners for that because guess what? First of all, you shouldn't be seeing more than one practitioner anyway. I do not deal with people. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how much money you have. I don't want to deal with any clients that are going to more than one practitioner. And I've noticed that it does create conflict because different practitioners believe in different things. And right now, the fuckery and the trickery that is being used is those particular practitioners. They always got a gold watch. They always got some kind of bling bling to try to fool you with. But in reality, those practitioners are eventually going to drop off and disappear because they are going to be horribly disgraced publicly because of what they're doing. Now, if they're doing things the right way and they're not trespassing upon people, now I will tell you as a healer, being in social media almost traumatized me because it made no sense for me to have all kind of people coming out of the woodworks, voodoo practitioners, Ifa practitioners, practitioners practicing Santeria, all these people coming for me. I'm not worried about those people. I'm not, okay, at all, straight up and down. I'm not worried about those people. And so I know how depraved people can be because you can be a practitioner doesn't make you a creator, right? And I'm not talking about being a content creator. I'm talking about somebody that can create, that can pull a rabbit out of a hat, somebody that is connected to source, somebody that is connected to spirit. There is a difference. A creator can resurrect the dead. A practitioner or practicing something is something different. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. These people out here that are messing with your job, messing with your family, messing with people that you love, messing with your peace. I am a dark practitioner. Okay, I am actually I represent duality. Okay, so I believe that anybody that has attacked you unprovoked and has wronged you, I believe that if those people are trying to work towards or gear towards your death, trying to kill people in your family, I believe that it's do or die. I believe that those people should go. Okay. I would rather kill before I be killed, but that doesn't mean that I'm crazy. But that just means, hey, you want me dead, it's gonna happen to you. It ain't gonna never happen to me in mine. Okay. So though that's my Bible right there. That's Bible. That's my Bible. That's the gospel of High Priestess Jamila. If you are a threat to me and my life to the point where I'm sitting up here dying of hunger or dying because you keep trying to put spirits on me, and those spirits are feeding off of my organs or doing all kind of shit, and then also you threatening me with guns and knives, it is a fact that all of those things will be bestowed up on the enemy and their loved ones and never to me and mine. That's a fact. And that's a fact that people have found out. Okay, it just is what it is. However, when you go to a practitioner and you're going to see two different practitioners, and one of them to do your dark work, and the other one to do your light work or your healing work or your cleansing work, that is going to leave the healer that is there to heal you with a lot on their plate, with a lot of bullshit. Then also, you're going down two different roads. Okay. Somebody that is seriously and unjustifiably sent you bad energy, even if you were to have had unclean thoughts about that person, and a lot of times, uh, you didn't deserve it. So that's their energy. It is what it is. That's their shit. That's their shit. But see, a lot of y'all believe in religion. Okay, here's the problem with religion. Here's the problem with the Bible. Basically, it says that anybody can do any wrong to anybody, be forgiven by Jesus, and then use somebody as a scapegoat. I've often asked myself, well, if Jesus was the sacrifice, why are they still more than 2,000 years later attempting to sacrifice people? Makes no sense to me. So, and that idea can be very scary for someone, for some entity to say, hey, if you fuck up real bad, then just use a pure soul and kill that person, and hurt that person and use that person to carry all of your burdens. I don't agree with that. Okay. And as a woman, and especially being a woman out here dating people, when you're a woman and you take on a man, you take on his problems, you take on his shadow side, especially a practitioner like myself. So as a woman, if I love a dude or care about him, I'm already gonna handle that in my sleep. But if he has it in his heart to where, oh, well, you'll just die for my sins and I can move on, then me and him gonna have a problem. We ain't gonna get along, and my spirits are gonna let me know to get the fuck away from that person, and it's just gonna be over. Because you know what? I know, as somebody that has wisdom and knowledge, I know that it doesn't even have to be that way. Nobody has to die for your sins. If it's a bad entity or something, like what I was telling y'all about that one demon that consumes. It's a love demon that consumes, and people be conjuring that demon from the Bible, from not the Bible, the Kabbalah, the tree of death. I don't battle or wrestle with that demon. I let my spirits do that, and they do a very goddamn good job of doing it. Okay, seriously, yeah. So, but that is because I work with my spirits and I believe in my goddesses indeed. For example, Cronus, he's like top dog, because he's the godfather of time. He's the god of time. So he's extremely powerful. But see, I really believe in him. I believe that he exists, and I believe that he loves me, because I know he does. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of these people go out here half cocked. They don't really believe in anything that they're doing, right? The point that I'm making is that you're gonna make things harder on a healer. Let me talk as a healer. My spirit team is in a rage, and it is a big cosmic pot that is about to boil the fuck over. The fact that I, as a healer, as as a high priestess that heals, should have never had to have dealt with all that filthified stuff. I mean, there was a time, y'all, when I had to keep a cleansing and clearing candle going next to a cleansing ward. I still have to do it. It fucking sucks. It's one of those things that we hate about social media, because social media doesn't mean that we are all in the same dimension with each other. Being able to watch somebody or hear them in social media, that person can be in a whole other dimension. They live in a whole totally different reality. And yes, I do rescue those that are in that reality of ick. I do rescue people out of that reality. And yeah, the entities that trapped you and trapped your mind in that reality, fuck yeah, they want to keep you there. Hell yeah, but they can't. And they can't argue with me. What are they going to do? They're going to come for me? No, they're not. They're just going to just move on. But what pissed my spirit team off is having to deal with, y'all know I don't really practice voodoo. I don't practice voodoo. I don't practice all that other stuff. I'm a healer. And even though that was my purpose spiritually, that's my earthly purpose is healing, because of I have a theory about some kind of merging that occurred. I've had to deal with shit that it's like I don't even like, but you know what? I think it's because I'm melanated. I really do. And I think a lot of Black or African American people, they look at you and they just say, "Oh, well, you're a black lady, or so you're included in this bullshit." When technically, where my spirit team wants to see me doing is sitting out on my deck at my lake house, Indian style, with my legs folded Indian style, meditating. So they've been in a rage because the world needs healing. Well, anyway, it to me it's not any delays or whatever. Everything comes within its time. But I mean, all of the difficulty, all of the craziness, all of the ignorance, all of that is things that for me at this point it's not even real and it doesn't even exist. You know what I'm saying? But it's irritating because there's no way. People don't know me. You don't, people don't know you. People don't know what your soul has went through. People don't know nothing about your journey. And Chronos is going to teach people. Saturn is going to teach people that you don't have no control over reality. I think that probably only maybe 3% of the people, the inhabitants of this planet, they are very spiritual people. Not all of them know it. Only they, only they have any power to control destiny or time. Nobody else. I'd say 3% of the people on this planet have that power and have been given that power to do that. No, like so that's like less than, like that's a very small percentage of people. And then, yes, when it comes to curses, when it comes to things of that nature, you can't, these people expect people to stay cursed and and to constantly have struggle. So practitioners that do dirty work like that, they're going to fuck around and find out that you can't just do that. You do not have the power to do that. You may want to be God and you may think that working with the underworld has something to do with that, but it doesn't. In fact, a lot of people think that the underworld is some place of hell where there's torture and stuff. That may be where they keep I do see a place in hell. I can see it where souls are being tortured of people that are just fucking evil. It's not witches or warlocks. Oh, if you do this now, I don't have the Bible can't determine that. No. But other world the under otherwise the underworld is a very peaceful place. And most people in this world, their only knowledge of spirituality, and they don't have to go any further. I'm not blaming those people, but their only knowledge of spirituality is the Bible. And they, they assume that it doesn't matter. They don't have to find out that those people can just be who they are. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that, people are forced to like travel to the underworld and see what's going on over there. But I'm just saying that most people, their only knowledge comes from books and not through experience, not through what they have experienced. And then let's face it, everybody experiences is going to be different. You know what I'm saying? So but when you do that, what you're doing is automatically creating chaos. And then also a lot of these practitioners, they don't really know how to protect you from the dark entities that they are conjuring to do this dirty work on your behalf, nor do they care, because the way they see it is that if something happens, and you end up dead or something, you just dead and you don't matter anymore. They feel like they don't even care. So if you're doing any kind of dark work, even if it's justified, there needs to be some kind of protection. There needs to be not some kind of protection. You need to have the best protection, especially if it's unjustified black magic or baneful magic. We don't like to say black magic because that kind of implies some kind of racism. But if it is unjustified, even if it's justified, a lot of them don't know the simple procedure in protecting you. And trust me, word gets around in the spiritual community. It does. Word gets around. I have known people and seen people go to dirty practitioners to get work done and they end up dead or killed. I have seen it. I have seen it. Okay. I've seen it happen to people. You know what I'm saying? So, and when you do that, you bring in a bunch of mess to that good practitioner. Okay. Now, can a light worker do dark work for you? Yeah. As a person that does light work myself and healing work, I have to do negative stuff all the time to bad people or to bad entities. It's no different. You know what I'm saying? But if you're just somebody that just wants to, do evil or whatever, because there are people out there that they want to do evil to people, even people that have never done them wrong. And they'll go and see a practitioner for that. And then they'll want to come to the light worker and get cleansing work, which that's fine, but you can't do that at the same time. You need to let go of that dark practitioner. If you come to me and you've been to a dark practitioner and you've gotten dark work done, it's time for you to let that other stuff go and step into, hell, I don't know, happiness. You're no longer going through that dark time in your life. There's no need for you to be doing that anymore. But if you're seeing them both at the same time, that's not good. Please don't come to me if you've done that. If you are working with a dark practitioner, I don't want to work with you. Please do not. Mm-mm. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like to feel uncomfortable and I don't like to be inconvenienced. Okay. So that's exactly what that would cause. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Okay. Y'all understand the implications and the complications that can arise from that. Then now you got one practitioner in battle with the other because dark practitioners have a tendency to be very greedy. They have a tendency to be very greedy. Okay. You're crossing up energy and you're creating an entanglement for that healer, for that good practitioner that's trying to do good work for people. You see what I'm saying? You see how that would be unfair? Okay, that's pretty much it. I'll see y'all later. Bye.